So what do I mean by everything is public for a struct? Well, there's two big things here. Number one, because the customer is literally in a global portion of our coded file, we can create a customer anywhere that we want. Now, that's actually not all that, that's not all that big of a deal. So we can create a customer X here and it'll work just fine. That part's not the worst part. The bad part is that, well, frankly, it's a little easy to change anything that I want because we have access to it. I could pass the customer into a function and that function will still have access to all these items, just like main does. And that could be bad. When we get into information hiding using classes, at least we could throw more hoops into being able to change variables. Maybe we have to go through a function to change a value inside of our object. We at least put in more hoops to frankly not make it as accessible as, well, what we have in front of me. To be honest, when I work with other people and other projects, I don't trust them. I don't trust them to make the decisions of what things need to change and what not. That's why I'm big on const and using OOP, especially when it comes to information hiding and encapsulation, where I basically say, hey, these variables you can't touch them very easily. Let's put it that way. Right now, I could throw customer into another function, change it, and display it. That's what I'm going to show you here in a second. So here's what I've done. I haven't really changed anything from the customer. Those values are exactly the same. What I have done is create a function in two spots here. Well, there's the prototype, and then here is the function itself. And then what I've done is I've called the function with my customer object. Now, how do I pass in a value into my function as parameters, as we've discussed before, and which you've probably seen in other programming languages, as it changed before. What data type is it going to be? It's going to be a type of customer. And then the ampersand X is giving me, we've talked about this in arrays and strings and other items, gives me direct access to the values of customer. So you'll notice I got a pretty nice pay raise. The bad part is it shouldn't be that darn easy to change somebody's income, theoretically. So that's why when everything is public, I can go ahead and change it and daggone it after I've done that change. I displayed it and daggone it if it is what, 10 million? Yeah, still not enough. But anyway, that's how easy it is to change a value in a struct. That's what makes it public, and everything public is it's easy to change. You really don't want to hold something that might be some private information in a struct because of that, well, setup. So when we talk about inheritance, when we talk about specifically really encapsulation and information hiding, we want to try to make it a heck of a lot more difficult to change a value that frankly should be made private and kept private. And that's what's going to show up when we start talking about classes.